Did you know that there's a NIC right near you right now? So all jokes aside, there is actually a NIC near you right now, and I guarantee it because you're watching this video. The NIC I'm talking about isn't a person named Nick. The NIC I'm talking about is what's called a network interface card. Now this card is basically what tells your smartphone, like mine right here, or your computer, like I'm recording on, or any other device, what to do when it receives a signal. Well, I'm going to talk to you about the general structure of this NIC card. While we get started, I just go ahead and say a special thank you to my 10 new subs, and wanted to go ahead and ask, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what type of content you enjoy that you've seen so far on my channel, because if I can find what you guys like, I can make more of it. It's fun. So, but let's talk about this a little bit. So the NIC that we're designing, currently we only have this one data frame in this one protocol. We'll talk about protocols later. So there's not a lot to this NIC card, but you'll notice this giant green patch. Yeah, I plan on updating this. This is only for version 0.0.0, very early beta. Let's get right to it and we'll talk about it some more. Okay, so the first thing is you'll have your inputs. You got outputs over here, some other inputs over there. And we're gonna have to delay it because most of our frames are 8 bits, and the current circuit I have set up for inputs, if you checked it out, it's 4 bits. So unless we can find a way to improve upon it, make it 8 bits, we're gonna have to stick with 2 4-bit increments, and data will be kind of tiled. So first thing is we're gonna be looking for the open frame signal. So that's the first circuit that we're gonna need to check out in our NIC. What is this really for? It's just saying, hey, is somebody talking at all? Is there noise in the room? Kind of a thing, if you were to pretend the internet was a room and we were looking for it. The next thing is you're gonna check and see, oh, hey, is this for me? Because sometimes you need to know that. Is it for me? This is gonna be actually this circuit right here, which is what this video this week was supposed to be, but I realized I need to do this first. The next stage is who actually sent this. This is used for verification. It's used to also tell you if you need to send stuff back, like I said in the last video. And then you have this like other information. So this other information, and I fleshed it out a little bit more, but this includes frame ID, metadata, like what type of information this is, instructions, storage, stuff like that. Then you'll have your checksum. Why would the checksum, which is right here on the data frame, right there at the end, be before where your computer is, which is what these iron blocks are representing, is the computer itself? Well, that's because actually the checksum circuit is going to be running the whole time. And then basically when this guy, the closing frame detection circuit, says, hey, frame's done, this guy is going to be like, well, is the frame right? Because it's actually going to do the calculation as the data passes through. So data passes in, then it's going to calculate and keep on calculating, keep on calculating, keep on calculating, add, and then eventually, oh, hey, my total now after I do the ones complement is 0. We're good. We don't have to worry about it. That's actually how a checksum works. It's not adding and then subtracting. It's doing some fun stuff that basically by the end of it, you're looking for 0. You want everything to add to 0. We will talk about that later. Trust me. Then you have your closing frame. This just says, hey, you know, okay, this dude's finally shut up. We can do whatever we need to do. And then your computer will process the data. And you'll notice that this is inputting and you get the data in. Well, the goal right now is that the NIC doesn't have any storage. So your computer will store the data. And then it'll receive an input from the NIC. Oh, hey, data frame's good. Let's go. Let's process the data, run everything. But if the data frame is wrong, this is where these bits of the circuit start to come in handy. First, you have your acknowledgement system. This acknowledgement system basically is what, whenever your computer receives a good frame, it's going to send another small frame that says, hey, I've received the frame with this frame ID. Go ahead and send the next one. There's various ways to do that. We will talk about them in the future. You'll have other things like data requests. This is more or less just your output signals and some other ports that I've just decided to have there because I thought we might need them. I don't know why I added it here, but yeah. And FYI, I do plan and intend to actually use this and update it every time we make a video, so be on the lookout. And then we'll have other inputs. Now, these might be for other protocols. So I know one that I've already thought of that we will need is what's called FTP. This protocol is also known as File Transfer Protocol. We actually use it in the real world, and it's used for, never guess it, files. And for our system, because we're using hardware, we're gonna have to do things a lot different from how we do it in the real world, where they just send large packets of data, and if it fails, then it just resends and resends, because it's not as reliable as this other system where you're sending small packets of data back and forth like you would with streaming or some other service. They are sending data in real time. With the FTP though, for Minecraft, we're probably going to do something like, if it's a large set of instructions, such as adjusting a filter on a storage system, or maybe it's, hey, I need you to pull the storage from all of these devices and pull it into this one location, because we might set that up. I don't know yet. We haven't gotten that far. But it'll all be ran via minecarts. That's actually one of the reasons I redesigned the main system to actually have a minecart rail going through it, or be able to go through it. That way we can control and manipulate that data, and every junction is going to have to be set up to both run minecarts, the Sculk sensor signals. So we're going to have to manage that. And finally, the last part of the circuit is the frame window system. This is actually where it'll have a number of slots, basically, and it'll say, okay, frame ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yada, 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 basically 2 to the n-1 of how many ever slots we have. And what will happen is, hey, I've received frame 1, 2, and 4. What happened to frame 3? I need frame 3 because I'm missing data. That's actually the importance of it. And so this frame window will continue to cycle and do some things, and we'll be able to manipulate it to fit our needs as best as we can. Again, everything in this is going to be 90% hardware, because we don't have any software outside of commands in Minecraft. You can do some software manipulation things, and we can program some things using an actual computer, but because we're trying to build the NIC to be kind of a standalone card, it's going to be hard. That is everything that you need to know about this. And just to close out the video and finalize, I just want to remind y'all that all of this will be in a playlist, and I'm planning on starting to compile kind of the big video that'll be at the top. That's just a summary of everything. Cutting out end screens and intro sections and all that, because you don't need to know it. For those of you who are following this like a tutorial. To all of you who have been subscribed, I just wanted to send a special thanks. I don't know why, but just felt like it today. Really excited to see what's going on in the future. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I've got 10 new subscribers this week, or this month. I'm sorry, not this week. I've gotten a good number this week, and just wanted to thank y'all. Wanted to ask if you guys had any questions, comments, or thoughts. I might address them in future videos or in a completely special video. I don't know. But without further ado, this is Negative Light signing out, and God bless y'all.